your test scores in? Are your test scores flat? Are they declining? Are you stuck in survival mode? you you just pacing on like you usually do? Uh, Let me ask you this question: are you avoiding AI because it feels overwhelming? And we're gonna talk some more about AI. You're not alone. And in this section, we're going to talk about those scores and talk about how we can incorporate AI into what we're doing to help our students. So, you know, the first year that I was assigned to one of the lowest performing schools in my district, and well, it was the lowest performing school in my district, and was one of the lowest performing schools in my state. The things that we did, we analyzed data just like you do. We collaborated in our PLCs. We worked. We came up with all kinds of ways to improve, ways to help our students. Getting frustrated, we talked about how we could revise lesson plans. And we did that. We did the revision as best we could with the amount of time that we had to work with. And then, the test came, and then we just kind of held our breath, after the test. But for us, we were recognized for our math and our science scores. But, many schools, they just didn't move forward. Hi, my name is Dr. Barbara Polk, and I come to you to bring you information, to bring you encouragement, and to let you know that there are other ways for us to be able to excel. For those of us who have been assigned to schools that have been underperforming, or schools that are in a district that are underperforming, I am here for you because been there, done that, got the t-shirt. How many t-shirts do we have? We created a movement. People knew us in the community after we built our school from one of the lowest performing to one of the highest performing in our area. So this is what we do. This is what I do when I come to you. And today specifically, we're going to be looking at another tool that we could use in order to bring our students to where we want them to be, so that we don't have bated breath waiting when they say the scores are out. In education today, there's a report that 75% of the schools, our public schools, are reluctant to use AI. And I'm talking about AI and all the other tools, ChatGPT. And some of the common fears that our principals have are they're believing that AI is going to replace teachers. It's no way in the world AI can replace teachers. It's just not possible. And when you think about AI itself is just a tool that has accumulated all this information that is going to bring it there to our footsteps and help us to pull that information out instead of having to go YouTube and go to Google and find a worksheet here. I'll go to Teacher Pay Teacher, going through all of those changes. AI says, hey, it's right here. It's at your fingertips. They also say that another fear is AI is too risky. We're not going to take chances. We've had students who are cheating. We had examples of university students who have been caught cheating using AI. And we are afraid of it. And the other excuse is that we don't have time. And the funny thing about that is AI is what's going to change where you will get more time, because you have your personal assistant right there. But the cost of doing nothing, I'm just going to keep doing what I've been doing and keep getting what I've always been getting. These are the same students that come in, year after year after year. That's the cost of doing nothing. So the truth is, let's reframe this. The truth is that AI can support teachers, not replace teachers. It can help you with your lesson plans. It can help you when you come across an issue and you say, oh, well, I got to check with the other department people and see how they do that. I'm a new teacher. Or, I'm new to this school. I don't know, just how they do things over here. So I'm going to wait until we have our PLC. Well, if you have AI and have it right there, and you know how to use it to its maximum, you can create all kinds of lesson plans. You can create lesson plans for your low achievers, your mid-level achievers, your high achievers. And and I know as a former teacher that it's just been impossible. If you are looking at your elementary grades, you're going to have all kinds of levels. And also remember, you're going to have your special ed kids. You're going to have those students that have IEPs that you have to follow, and you have to become creative. And lots of those IEPs, they're just not clear. A lot of the IEP directives, you say, well, I just don't know what that looks like. And by using that AI tool, you can have your personal assistant to show you what that AI can do with that AIP, where you can reach that student. And AI will increase the clarity. And and I know this is tough. This is hard, but we're going to have to move from outdated strategies to future-ready leadership. So not only are the teachers going to be able to see that they can increase their ability to teach, but then, let's look at our administrators. I use AI or some form of AI on a daily basis. And really think about it, you do too. You're using AI on your phone. You're using Gemini. You're using ChatGPT. You're using Claude. You are using all types of AI. So why aren't we becoming efficient in using the AI in our schools? Principals, you can start small. You don't have to start big. Use AI to assist you with your emails. Use AI to assist you with your walkthrough notes. And you know how that piles up. And we all dread it. But you can start with that. You can use it to support your teachers. You can use it to create scaffolds. The teachers can do sentence stems. They can refer to relevant texts that will help them teach their particular content. And then you can connect your AI to your vision. Now, I don't know if you have a vision. I don't know if you are sitting in your offices this summer saying that I'm going to do things differently, and you don't even have a vision. You have nothing to follow. You have not set your standards high where people will say, we understand that this is how we ought to do it, and this is what you don't have a vision. Your AI will help you with the vision. Your AI will work towards your mission, not apart from it. This is what I'm saying, is that we have to do something different. Otherwise, we're going to continue to be left behind. So what I want you to do, I want you to look down at the show notes, and I want you to attend my 2-day challenge. Now, I haven't had a 2-day challenge before. And I think that this 2-day challenge is going to be something that's going to be so good, because you've been newly assigned principalship. I remember when I was sitting in that office, it was very, very quiet. The custodians, they were in the cafeteria away from my office. I didn't know what was going on. All I had was the test scores. I didn't have teachers to talk to. I was from secondary, and the assignment was to an elementary campus. So that was something that was different for me. They had different kinds of testing at elementary. So I needed some help, but I didn't know how to ask for that help because, it's strange as it seems, when you're assigned to the principalship of a school, people, they just assume that you know everything. And we don't. We don't know everything. We've passed all the tests. We have been assistant principals. We may have been an assistant principal under a principal who was just very dynamic and could lead, and then some of us were under assistant principals who needed some assistance themselves. So that meant that some of the things that needed to be done, you really weren't sure how to do it. So we're going to have this 2-day challenge, and it's called How to Turn Your School Around in 48 Hours. 2 days, 48 hours. And you're going to walk away with a complete vision. Remember, people without a vision, they perish. And it's just not good for you to know the vision. Everybody on your staff needs to know the vision. And it has to be a way for you to be able to share that vision with them. So we're going to complete your vision for you. We're going to ask you to bring your vision that you have, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. We're going to help you roll out your plan. And we're going to give you a strategy that aligns with your goals. So if you look at that registration link at the bottom of the show notes, you can go on and do that. So I just want you to know that our scores, we work so hard to achieve them, and then when we get them back, we don't get the results that we're looking for. And I'm just saying that we just can't continue to keep doing the same things the same way. We need to be able to use an additional tool like AI or the different AI tools that are available and start small. We know that people are afraid of it. We know that some of our high school students have abused it with writing their papers, some of our college students. And when you roll something out at the beginning, it's not smooth. It's not smooth. And it's no need to be afraid of AI. And the truth is, it's not going anywhere. So let us be able to use that to where it's going to help us and help our students the way they need to be helped. So we're going to have to stop fearing the future. And we're going to have to start expecting different results. So you as the leader, you have the heart. You want to do this. As I communicated with a newly assigned principal who said that I was called to do this. He said that I was called to do this. In this day and age, you don't hear many new principals saying I was called to do this. You hear many of your new principals saying, I'm going to put this time in during the day, and the rest of the time in the evening, that's mine, and whatever doesn't get done during the day, oh well. I was not assigned to this position to work 24/7. This is a career. And most of us know that being a principal, you have a heart. You have a heart for it. And if you are a principal in an underperforming school, or if you're a principal in a rural school, you understand you have to have the heart. And the heart really hurts when the scores drop and you don't see a change. You've done everything you know to do. Well, I'm offering you something different. Let's do something different. So now is the time to get the tools. And I'll show you those tools in the workshop. I just want you to know that We can't give up on our kids. I just want you to know that with all the things that are happening within our United States and within our administration, with all the changes that are going on, we cannot stop. Our children deserve the best. Our teachers deserve the best. We deserve a better way to be able to teach our students. We deserve to have a vision that everybody understands. The teachers understand. The children understand. And something that they can work for to achieve it. And then us as the adults finding tools that's going to make that job more efficient. And that's what I'll be talking about when I say you can turn your school around in 48 hours. So we'll see you at the 2-day challenge. So I just want to say, also join our Principals on the Come Up, where we transform schools into hallelujah success stories. So we'll see you on July 9th and July 10th. I can't wait to see you at our 2-day challenge. We'll talk to you later. See you next time. Principals on the Come Up, where we transform schools into hallelujah success stories. See you later.